Hey, what's good everyone? It's Limitech Reviews here. In this video, we'll be talking about the iPhone XR and how it is with iOS 14. We'll be talking about the various features that come with iOS 14 and how the XR runs the iOS 14 and whether it's worth updating. So iOS 14 brought a lot of new changes. As you guys know, the widgets that are on the home screen, which is pretty nice. You guys can see I have them stacked up here. And you have the app library, which is also nice to see here that Apple implemented this. Now a lot of people aren't a fan of this app library feature because it really doesn't serve much of a purpose for them. But I mean, I do see some people finding this useful just to be able to categorize some of their apps, just look for them. But one thing I do not like about the app library specifically is that you can't really make your own categories. It's just automatic. You can't change anything, and that's kind of a bummer. I wish you would be able to do that, but it's just not here with iOS 14. Maybe iOS 15 might implement this feature, but with iOS 14, you cannot change the app categories in the app library. Well, one welcome feature here is that you can find from A to Z all your apps, so that's nice here, and you can also search them. So it really doesn't matter how you go about things. You can find your apps pretty easily now with iOS 14. You can also search up your apps from here too. So if you want to look up Subway Surfers, you can search it up from here as well. So now you have two search areas for the iOS 14. One thing that's also nice about iOS 14 is the widgets. Now I do have this battery widget and the weather and the news widget and the calendar on the iOS 14 update. There's also many other widgets you can add to the iOS 14, and I'll show you how to do them right here. So all you have to do is simple, just long press and press the plus button. When you press the plus button, you can choose any widget that's in here. So for example, you might want to press the reminders one. So you have them in this small size, medium, and the jumbo size. We used, for example, let me use this small one, and that's nice to see here. You can also add app suggestions here, so you can find your favorite apps right away. So that's one thing I like about iOS 14, and it implements the Siri suggestions into your apps, which is a welcome change here. Now, one feature that's more specific to the newer iPhones or iPhones with the glass backs, which means it's the iPhone 8 or newer, is the implementation of back tap. So you do have this feature with the iPhone XR, which is really great to see. So you can go back here, so I'll show you how to access it. So basically you go to accessibility, scroll down to touch, click on back tap. You can have options for the system and how to control using back tap. So you have options like assistive touch, classic invert, magnifier, smart invert, speak, screen, many other features that I'm not going to go through. But for example, you can use a scroll down gesture. So scroll down. So when you double tap on the back, it will start scrolling down, which is nice to see for this update. You can also have a mute one where you double tap the back. The phone will go on mute. Now I just turned it off. So you have many options that you can use with this iOS 14. You can also use it as a triple tap if you don't want to use the double tap, or you want to switch things around. Maybe you want to use one for double tapping and one for triple tapping. That is an option you have here with the iPhone XR, which is a very nice feature to see here. I didn't really see Apple talking about this in their keynote, so this is a welcome change to have with the iOS 14 update. Other things have been pretty similar throughout with iOS 13 and 14. Still have the implementation of dark mode, which I really like. The widgets also change in color, some of them. So where we saw this was white earlier, now it's black for reminders, which is nice. The clock widget, it's all nice, and it just gives this more of an aesthetic look, in my opinion, when you can add the dark mode and the widgets change to match the dark mode. So how does the iPhone XR perform on iOS 14? So the XR is still very quick on iOS 14. It was quick on iOS 12. It was quick on iOS 13, and now it's no different with iOS 14. It still performs very well. There's really no lag on this device. Apps open up at a similar rate, so let's open up Subway Surfers. Well, actually, I just preloaded, so let me open that up again. You'll see. Finished. So it's very quick. Or even an app like the App Store. Hold up, let me reload that. Done. That was very quick. So the iPhone XR is still a very speedy phone. The A12 Bionic is what really helps the performance here for the XR. Couple it with 3 GB of RAM. It's very good here for the iPhone XR. In terms of battery life, I can't really comment on this. I haven't been using the XR much with iOS 14, but I expect it to perform rather similarly with iOS 13 on the iPhone XR. So if you are worried about battery issues with iOS 14, don't be. From what I've seen, most people haven't really complained about the battery life on the XR, even on iOS 14. And this phone naturally does have a really good battery life because it does have a very big battery capacity inside of it. So the iPhone XR should still do fine here with iOS 14. All in all, is it worth updating to iOS 14 with the iPhone XR? And in my opinion, I think yes, it is worth it. There's really no reason not to update unless you just want to stay with iOS 13 and wait for a more, stable version of iOS 14, because there are bugs here and there. Very rare now, but they are still there. So that's the only real reason why I can think of just sticking with iOS 13. If you are a XR user, I definitely recommend updating to iOS 14. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll really appreciate that. And I'll be making more videos in the near future. And yeah, peace.